One of the problems when I first got my 996 was that the gear change was quite stiff in places, so it was quite hard to get the car into second. Sometimes it was a bit difficult in first, and it just didn't feel a smooth selection. What I was looking at, there's a solution from America called the Gbox Detent, which is an adjustment on the gearbox which is meant to help with second gear. And was on the verge of buying that when I checked some information that said one thing to look for is the engine mounts on your car. So in the US they're called motor mounts, which are what hold the engine into the body of the car. And over time the original rubber mounts can deteriorate. So what I've done is actually replace the ones on the car with what were called Uro RS mounts, which also fit the 964 and the 993. Put those onto the car. They've got a fixed length bolt, so they shouldn't be able to expand over time as the standard ones do. So what I've done is do that, and it's made a massive difference. So the gear change now is really smooth to go into first, really smooth to go into second. Just the whole gearbox is much nicer to actually use. So going into first and then third is just a really nice smooth action. You don't have the problem where the car feels like it's not going into gear properly, which was mainly an issue with second. That's now all fixed. So if you do have a problem with your gear change on the shift, then I'd really recommend going for revised motor mounts. Replace those first. It's a much cheaper option and is very easy to do. It took me probably 20 minutes. Once you've removed the bolts, there were only 3 bolts per motor mount you need to support the engine, and then you're able to replace them. So recommend doing that.